Take a moment right now and think about the most successful people you know. The ones who rose to the top in your industry, who built empires who seem untouchable. Now ask yourself, how many of them are genuinely good people? The uncomfortable truth is staring us in the face. Ruthlessness and success often go hand in hand. Look around any boardroom, political arena, or even social hierarchy. Those at the top frequently share something in common. They're willing to do what others won't. They break rules, exploit weaknesses, and step over anyone who stands in their way. But why? Is success itself corrupt, or is there something deeper at play? Our evolutionary wiring tells us something most self-help books won't. For millions of years, survival wasn't about being fair. It was about securing resources and territory. Those who hesitated died. Those who took what they wanted lived. This primal programming hasn't disappeared. It's just hidden beneath a thin veneer of civilization. Scientists studying successful individuals have identified several traits that predict extraordinary achievement: extreme ambition, reduced fear response, and perhaps most tellingly, selective empathy. This isn't to say all successful people are psychopaths, but many possess qualities that allow them to make decisions unburdened by the emotional constraints holding others back. From Alexander the Great to modern tech billionaires, history repeatedly shows that hesitation kills opportunity. The ruthless don't wait for permission. They act decisively, manipulate circumstances to their advantage, and face consequences later. While the morally cautious are still weighing options, the ruthless have already seized control. This reality collides violently with what we're taught as children. Every fairy tale, religious teaching, and moral philosophy tells us the same comforting lie: be good, work hard, and you'll be rewarded. Yet reality paints a different picture. The hardest workers rarely become the wealthiest. The most honest aren't often the most powerful. The kindest hearts frequently get broken first. This disconnect isn't a flaw in the system, it is the system. The idea of a just world where goodness is always rewarded is perhaps humanity's most dangerous illusion. Psychologists call it the just world fallacy, our desperate need to believe people get what they deserve. This belief is dangerous because it encourages passivity. While we wait for justice, those unburdened by such illusions are already 10 steps ahead. Here's the paradox. While ruthlessness often brings short-term success, history is filled with examples of its spectacular failure. Leaders who rule through fear alone eventually create enemies everywhere. Business people who exploit others find themselves without allies when times get tough. The qualities that help someone climb to the top can become the very things that ensure their downfall. So what's the answer? Must we abandon all principles to succeed, or are we doomed to noble failure? Neither. The most sustainable form of success comes from a third path, one that combines strategic thinking with authentic value creation. The mistake most people make is believing there are only two options: be ruthless or be a victim. But examined closely, the truly exceptional don't just take, they create. They don't just destroy competition, they build something so valuable that competition becomes irrelevant. This third path requires several critical shifts in thinking. First, abandon the childish expectation that life should be fair. It isn't. It never was. The sooner you accept this, the sooner you can focus on mastering the game rather than complaining about its rules. Second, develop strategic empathy, the ability to understand others' motivations without being manipulated by them. This allows you to navigate complex social dynamics without becoming exploitative yourself. Third, recognize that power itself isn't evil, it's neutral. Like fire, it can warm a home or burn it down. The difference lies not in the tool, but in who wields it and why. The most enduring forms of success come from creating genuine value. When you solve real problems, fulfill authentic needs, or create something truly meaningful, you don't need to manipulate others. Your power comes from what you contribute, not what you take. This explains why some of history's most influential figures weren't traditionally ruthless. They understood something deeper, that lasting impact comes not from domination but from transformation. They didn't just seize power, they redirected it towards something greater than themselves. So where does this leave us? In a world that often rewards the worst behavior, how do we succeed without losing ourselves? The answer is both simpler and more difficult than it appears. Redefine success itself. If success means only money and status, then yes, ruthlessness offers shortcuts. But if success means creating lasting value, having genuine impact, and maintaining your integrity along the way, then there's a more sustainable path forward. This doesn't mean being naive. It means being strategic about your principles. It means understanding power dynamics while refusing to be corrupted by them. It means competing fiercely without compromising your core values. The truth is that ruthless people often win battles but rarely win wars. Their victories tend to be spectacular but short-lived. Their empires rise quickly and fall just as fast. Meanwhile, those who master the art of principled power, who combine strategic thinking with authentic value creation, build legacies that outlast them. So ask yourself, what kind of success are you really after? The kind that puts you on top for a moment, or the kind that transforms both you and the world around you? Because that choice, more than any tactic or technique, will determine not just how high you climb, but how long you stay there, and what you leave behind when you're gone. If this exploration of power and success has challenged your thinking, make sure to subscribe for more content that goes beyond the surface and examines the deeper truths about human nature and achievement. Hit that like button, share with someone who needs to hear this message, and comment below with your thoughts on balancing success and integrity in today's world.